50-minute couples therapy sessions aren't effective. You're just starting to get to the heart of an issue, and then it's like, oops, sorry, time's up. I've got to send you out into the world with a gaping emotional wound. This is something that I will not do anymore in my practice, and I want to share with you why you should not be doing 50-minute couples therapy sessions if you are considering therapy yourself. My name is Tom Brewitt. I am a sex and relationship therapist. I love working with the LGBTQ community. This video is actually for anybody who's considering couples therapy. Okay, when I was a younger therapist starting out, the traditional standard thing to do was a 50-minute session. Individual therapy is 50 minutes, couples therapy is 50 minutes. It comes from the historical precedent that insurance companies would cover that length of time back when insurance companies were better at covering mental health care, but that's a whole other issue. So often though, couples would come in and we would be just starting to get to the heart of an issue, and they would, potentially emotion would be coming up and there would be something really important that needed to be addressed. And unfortunately, time was up. Our emotions don't work in 50-minute increments. This is a number that has been kind of created out of thin air, and it's not the most effective way to actually do this kind of work with your partner. We know from understanding brain science that it takes longer for the brain to integrate new experiences. And so that is why I don't do sessions right now less than 80 minutes when I'm working with clients. This is so important because it gives us time to get into an issue, to have a new experience, and then to integrate that new experience so that when couples leave, they've actually accomplished something. We get through an entire conversation. And I can't promise that everything is always going to be tied up with a neat little bow, but it feels like something has actually been accomplished and integrated in our time together. What can you do if you're currently seeing a couples therapist who doesn't work in this way? Well, one of the things that you can do is you can ask for a longer session. Now, different therapists work in different ways, but many times people will be open to this kind of feedback from their clients. And so if you are currently seeing a therapist, they only work in 50-minute increments, it's totally reasonable to ask, okay, can we actually see each other for longer sessions? Now, some indications that this may be something that could be helpful is if you are getting through a session and you're not actually accomplishing what you hoped to accomplish when the session started, or if you feel like you're going in circles and you're not actually getting to the root of any issue, or if there's a lot of emotion involved in the room and having a little bit more time and space may actually be helpful to slow things down enough that you can actually get through an issue. If you are going to couples therapy because there's been a betrayal, or there is substance misuse happening, or there's some other really big issue on the table, it's really, really important to make sure that you have the structure in place, the longer sessions, to actually process those issues in the way that they deserve to be processed. So another thing that you can consider if longer sessions are not on the table is you could consider a relationship intensive. These are really, really powerful moments where change can happen. And so I do these usually over the course of a weekend, and I meet with a couple for 2 full days. Again, this is really, really important and helpful because of all that we know about brain science, and that having longer sessions and more time together allows you to have an emotional experience and then integrate it and work through it with the support and help of a trained professional so that you are not doing this on your own. What I love about relationship intensives is in the ones that I've done in the past, we get through so much over the course of 2 full days because you have that concentrated time where you can slow things down and you can actually address the issues on the table. If there's been a topic like betrayal that a couple is coming in to see me about, and we only get to meet for 80 minutes every week or every other week, we're going to just begin to get into a topic like that, and then a couple is going to have to go out into the world and deal with their daily life, and life keeps going, right? With an intensive, you have the opportunity to get into a topic, to learn some new skills, and to have a different experience when you're talking about it. It is one of the most profound things that I've had the opportunity to do in my professional life, is to transition from these 50-minute sessions to the longer sessions and then to the intensives, because it really, really is quite remarkable how much change can happen over the course of 2 days. If you are considering couples therapy yourself, there's a link below this video that you can click to get a set of free 48 discussion cards that you can use with your partner. These are geared towards gay men and based on some of the work in my book, The Go-To Relationship Guide for Gay Men. And this is a fantastic free resource that you can start using today in your relationship to start increasing the communication and having some more intimate and connected conversations. Okay, back to what can you do if these longer sessions are not available? The last thing you can do is consider finding a new therapist. There are many therapists out there who work in this framework. They see couples for longer sessions. And if, unfortunately, your current couples therapist is not working in this way, you can look for therapists who are seeing people in this manner. If you are considering finding a couples therapist yourself, I would highly recommend looking for a therapist who sees clients for longer sessions in this way. Again, it is so profound and it will make such a huge difference in the way that you're approaching couples therapy together.